There are 6 marriage-killing mistakes that every man makes during separation. And on today's video, I'm going to help you avoid these common mistakes so you can stop unconsciously pushing your wife away and start making steady steps towards creating a new unbreakable marriage. Now make sure to stick around to mistake number 6 because it's going to blow your mind. Let's dive right in. Mistake number 1, trying to start conversations about the relationship. Now, I want to say this is totally normal because you didn't see this coming. It isn't what you want. And you believe that by talking about it, it's the only way you're going to resolve this issue. Because there's two sides that are at play here. One, this is extremely traumatic. So when it's really hurting, you're experiencing all this pain and loneliness, you want to reach out and try to connect with your wife. And the other side is, as men, our mentality is we don't like to have open loops. You want to close the loop. You want closure. So you think that by talking to your wife, that you're going to find out where you stand. But this is actually a huge mistake because you think that if we can just talk about it, we can resolve it. But it's really not the case, brother. She's told you she wants a separation or you're currently separated. She's made it really clear that she's not committed to the relationship. So you must step back from this and stop chasing after her. And this pulls us into the next point, mistake number 2, which is proposing counseling. So many men believe that if we can just talk about it, it's going to make it better. So if I can get my wife into counseling and we get somebody in there, a mediator, to talk about the issues, she can hear my side of things and we can work on it together. But there's a huge problem here. If you're going to marriage counseling, your wife doesn't, you're assuming that your wife wants the same thing, which she doesn't. And this leads just to more pain because she is not aligned with you. She has a different desire. She's going, if she decides to go to marriage counseling with you, it will be to look at probably dissolving the marriage rather than on working on creating a new unbreakable marriage. So trying to get marriage counseling during a separation when your wife is not committed to the marriage is a huge mistake. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when we release a new video. Mistake number 3, hovering. Now, this shouldn't be confused with hoovering. That's a totally different thing, but a lot of guys will be doing a lot of hoovering and cleaning up around the house to try and make the wife happy when she is checked out of the marriage. But no, hovering is something different. Hovering is when you get an opportunity with your wife to spend time, maybe it's at the drop off with the kids or when you're coming into the house, and there's what you do is you hover. So you hang around the house. And so this is more of an energetic thing. So you feel like, look, if I can just hang around a little bit longer, have more good positive interactions, because if you're watching a lot of videos out there, we'll talk about, you need to have more positive interactions and negative interactions, which I think is absolutely terrible advice and has you focused on her. But when you're hanging around the whole time, she senses it, trying to draw out the amount of time you're spending with her. And she can sense that energetically that you're trying to impress her, trying to get more attention, trying to show her that you've changed. Stop hanging around. Do not hover during a separation because she will ultimately pick up with this energetically. And this is a big turn off. Don't hover, go in, get whatever you need to get done with the kids, and then move on with your day. Mistake number 4 is a big one. This is paralysis by analysis. So I'm assuming that this probably isn't your first video that you've watched of our channel, and it's probably not the first video you've watched regarding what to do during a separation and mistakes to avoid. But the problem that you're facing, brother, is you are literally doom scrolling through YouTube. You're watching all these different videos on what to do. You're reading these books on attachment theories, reading up on what you should do, how to create a tighter bond with your wife. But it just doesn't help. It leaves you lost and frustrated. The reason this is a huge mistake is because you're currently in a state of fear and anxiety. You don't want this separation. You want to be able to connect with your wife. And so you're going online looking for all these different resources and you're getting conflicting messages. It won't help you. You need to take one resource that you find that resonates with you, that makes sense, that you can apply and you start to see progress in your life. Work with one person, one channel, one resource that resonates with you rather than trying to take bits of information from everywhere because there is so much information all over the place, but it's very confusing. So my tip for you is find one place where you find that the resources are really helping you and apply it and stick to that and block out all the other noise. Mistake number 5, trying to fix your marriage before you fix yourself. Reflect on where you're at the moment during the separation. How are you feeling? Are you happy, enjoying your time with your friends, with your kids? Are you excelling in work? Are you out having a good time playing sport? No, you're probably not. You're probably really struggling at the moment because going through a separation is one of the most difficult things that you can go through. And what makes it worse is you're believing on some level that you need to now win your wife back or show her that you've changed, trying to fix the marriage before fixing yourself. Fixing yourself means focusing on those uncomfortable emotions that you're feeling at the moment. Most men get this totally backwards. They will look at trying to chase after the wife, trying to show her that they've changed by cleaning up around the house more, looking after the kids, rather than working on, okay, how do I need to improve out of this? Your marriage didn't get to this point from nowhere. This has taken years for your marriage to get where it's at. There's been behaviors that you were exhibiting that didn't help your marriage. It made it worse. Same with your wife. Also, let's be clear, you're not solely responsible for your marriage falling apart. There's two of you in the marriage, but you do have the responsibility to clean up your side of the street. And you can do that by fixing yourself first. Start to learn how to navigate these big emotions of fear, anxiety, sadness, loneliness. You need to start processing them before you can start making steps forward and actually start working on the marriage. This is why it's so beneficial to work on yourself first before you start working on the marriage. How the hell can you fix a marriage when there's two different people in it and you are struggling yourself with these big emotions? You've got your stuff that you need to work on, and your wife needs to work on her stuff. So you just clean up your side of the street rather than trying to rush back in and fix the marriage. And this moves us on to mistake number 6, which is the one that's going to blow your mind, because you're going to be like, no way, Luke, I wouldn't see this one coming. But the huge mistake that I see men make during separation is rushing back to reconcile when your wife opens up. It's taken years for your wife to check out of the marriage, anywhere between 1 to 3 years of her being disconnected from you and then making this really difficult decision to go and separate. If you think that by, for instance, applying the ARC system and she comes back after just a week or two, that all your problems are resolved, that's just absolutely nonsense. And one of the biggest problems out there, guys, I see is men just trying to get a quick solution. They want a quick resolution that she's going to check back in, where you don't resolve the problems, the deep rooted problems in the marriage, and you're going to only end up back in the same place if you don't resolve these. So the last thing you need to be doing is rushing back in to try and reconcile with your wife when she starts to open up. You need to take the space because your wife has abandoned you. You know, you're separated. When you got married, this isn't what you agreed to. So you need to take space for yourself to heal those big emotions that you're experiencing at the moment. And there will be time in the future, once you work on yourself and cleaning up your side of the street, there will be time then to create this new unbreakable marriage with her when she also steps up, because there's two of you in the marriage. You clean up your side of the street, you take leadership, and that gives her the opportunity to do the same. Understanding the mistakes to avoid during separation is key, but what's even more important is understanding the common myths about reconciliation that can prevent you from making progress. Watch this next video where I'm going to bust the most common myths on saving a marriage during separation.